There is a new Ultimate Spider-Man series coming on Wednesday, the 10th of January, and here is everything that you need to know about it before you start, in as short amount of time as possible. So the first thing to note is that this Ultimate Spider-Man is different to this Ultimate Spider-Man that you've probably already read. Basically, back in the year 2000, Marvel thought there was too much continuity and decided to basically start a brand new universe called the Ultimate Universe. That started with Ultimate Spider-Man, written by Brian Michael Bendis and drawn by Mark Bagley. It is, for my money, the best start to finish Spider-Man story. It also introduced us to Miles Morales, who's gone on to lots of success. That Ultimate Universe ended up getting into the same problem as 616 Universe, which is it got very convoluted and there was lots of continuity, and they ended up ending that universe. Now, two characters made it across. Miles Morales came over to 616 and he's thriving now under Cody Ziegler, and a character called the Maker came across. Now, the Maker is essentially an evil Reed Richards, and he's got this kind of cool helmet. That brings us to this new series, which started with Ultimate Invasion. In Ultimate Invasion, the Maker escapes from the prison that he's being held in a very cool way, and he then creates his own universe. Because he knows how all the superheroes are formed, when he creates this universe, he basically stops all those superheroes from forming. So he stops the Fantastic Four from flying off into space. He stops Captain America from being found in the ice. And, notable for us, he stops a very young Peter Parker from being bitten by a spider. The universe has officially started with issues 1 to 4 of Ultimate Invasion, and then issue 1 of Ultimate Universe, both written by Jonathan Hickman, who's going to then write Ultimate Spider-Man. Because they're Jonathan Hickman, there's lots of world building going on. Basically, the world was split up into 5 or 6 regions that would each take it in turns to be the villain, so that all the other nations could feel safe that they have a villain to fight. But this status quo has been undone by Howard Stark and some time travel shenanigans that I don't have time to get into and I don't fully understand. But the main thing to understand is that there are some heroes starting to be reborn into this universe. We have a Thor, we have a Reed Richards, we have a young Tony Stark calling himself Iron Lad, and they have the records of all the heroes that should have been born and are going out of their way to find all of them. So that's where Ultimate Spider-Man starts. My personal headcanon is that all they've got written for Peter Parker is that he gets bitten by a spider, and that the first issue will just be a lot of shenanigans of him getting bitten by random spiders before they finally find the one that gives him powers, but I imagine that's a more comedic bent than they're going for. The other thing to note is that because Peter Parker didn't get his powers as a teenager, he is now a middle-aged husband and father. So this Peter Parker will be married to Mary Jane, and they have 2 kids, a girl and a boy. Now, I can't imagine that life is going to stay as idyllic as possible, but that's where we start the series. So it's a story that we haven't really seen before. We haven't seen a story where Peter was happily married with and is a happy father before he got his powers. So this is a brand new canon in the wide variety of Spider-Man canons that we've got. There are also 2 more Ultimate series that have been announced. Blade's Brian Hill will be writing an Ultimate Black Panther, and Pete Momoko will be writing a brand new version of Ultimate X-Men, both of which seem incredible, and the art for Pete Momoko's Storm is wonderful. So do check them out too, but Ultimate Spider-Man is the one to stay with because, hey, it's Spider-Man. There are also rumblings of a new Ultimates, the sort of Avengers equivalent, on Twitter that may have been announced with Free Comic Book Day, so look out for that in May. So that's everything you need to know. Are you excited for Ultimate Spider-Man? Are you picking it up on Wednesday? Are you going to spend all your time talking about it? Let me know. I'm excited.